Hi, and welcome to a Friday afternoon live card making tutorial. And if you were here at the scheduled time, my apologies, technical problems. Okay, got it. All right, so what I'm going to do for today is demonstrate the 3 handmade cards in the Celebrate Spring February 2026 paper pumpkin. Are you ready for Easter? Because this is spring in a box, and it was more than just Easter, which I thought was a lot of fun. So let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelly Godby, and for 25 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. Okay, so let's have a closer look at the kit contents. And of course, it came in a paper pumpkin box. And so it arrives in your mailbox just like that. So if you're new to this, it is a subscription service. And every month, something fun shows up in my mailbox. You get a little sneak peek, but I had no idea how much I was going to love these cards. Like, oh my gracious. It just, wow. So here, let me show you the QR code to subscribe. So this kit, well, once I'm able to show it to you and I'm demonstrating it, it's already, the subscription has already gone. I can't get it ahead of time being a demonstrator. So what you do to make sure you don't miss out on the next kit, you follow that QR code or the link under the video on YouTube or my blog and subscribe. And next month, the hummingbirds. So one of my sweet stampers, she wanted to know how to get just the March kit. There used to be a 1-month prepaid subscription. I looked before this morning. It's like, okay, that's not there. So what you'll need to do is subscribe and you'll pay for it right away. And then you'll get the March kit, and then after the kit ships, you can go ahead and stop your subscription. So that's the only way I could find to do a 1 month. Although they are so fabulous, you'll probably want to keep them. So let's have a look at what's in this kit. Oh, this was something new, and I will need those instructions. You only get a clear block in your first one because it's a subscription. You use this over and over and over. And I got a new one with this little note on there and paper pumpkin basics, and even tells you there's a website to go to look to see how to use it. Hey, Miss Terry. Oh, yeah, it's windy here too. And so I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And on the end where it was always etched in Stampin' Up, it's now etched. Well, you can't see. I wanted you to see that wrapping. It's now etched in paper pumpkin. So it's the same size, same thickness. The only difference I could find when I pulled them out was, I don't know that you can see that, but it's etched in paper pumpkin. I doubt that is seeable. Is that a good word? Yeah, you can't see it, I don't think. All right. So, and then you get an ink spot every month, and they try really hard not to repeat a color. So you end up with a really nice collection and a stamp set. Very nice, which of course you get to keep. And then all of the accessories. These are the bling, that pretty in pink twine, and some self-adhesive sequins. Do you remember when we had to glue all of those down individually? And then the elements you need to do your cards. So we've got our card bases, and then aren't these envelopes pretty in pink? That's retiring. I'm going to miss that. And then all the adhesive you need, as well as the instructions. And so there are enough in here to make 3 each of the 3 cards. So we'll do those in order. But before we do, let me do a couple things so I don't forget. Hey, Miss Adelaide. All right. So, Stampin' Storage, free shipping, no minimum for the weekend. And so there you go. There's a QR code, or the link is under my video on YouTube or my blog. So free shipping, no minimum. And the magnet cards for the new size that we have are 5 by 8.5, and it says 5 by 8 by 0.5 for SU, so you won't mistake that at all. So, and that's even on the heavy craft furniture, no shipping. No minimum, no exclusions within the continental United States. I should clarify. Okay, so I want to make sure I told you that. And then just real quickly, I'm using my glass board, and I'm going to affiliate for them. And the black, I've got the gray and the black, and all these pastel colors just really popped against the black. Where this one on the screen is what my friend got, and mine is a 13.5 by 18. And when you use code Stamping Smiles, you save 20% store wide. I earned that discount for you through March 31st. Okay, so I just wanted to show you those two things, but the free shipping on magnet cards. And of course, right now we've got free shipping on Stampin' Up! Orders only through today, Friday, February 20th. Orders of 75 or more. Okay, so let's put some things aside and make our cards. So that was the housekeeping I needed to do, because I know you want to know about free shipping. And here, aren't these pretty? So here are the card bases. So paper pumpkin, great for somebody who's new, right? And and those of us who aren't so new, it's just really fun to get spoiled. Let me zoom in now that you've seen my glass board. Okay, so let's do this, and we'll pull out all the elements and use the adhesive that they show us. So I need this, and let's come over here. Need this little Easter rabbit. How stinking cute is he? Cute. We'll turn him over. Okay. And from here, and this is the Shy Shamrock. So pretty and springy. And one of these Easter eggs. And I think that, and then of course some twine. Well, I think that is it for what I need for this one. And my twine. Okay, and we have some stamping to do. Oh, I shouldn't turn that one upside down. We need to stamp. And we need to stamp on those two. How about we do our stamping? So, of course, you can use the ink spot that comes with it. Talk about being spoiled. I have all of the ink pads, so I'm going to use my full-size pad. It just makes things easier. So pick this up and slide that in. And I can use that clear block over and over. But again, I'm going to use what I have so this goes along quicker, instead of having to stop and clean all the time. And of course, I love our clear blocks. This is a size B, and look at that. Polished grooves, making it super comfortable to hang on to on all four sides. So with the Shy Shamrock, like I said, your Stampin' Spot, or if you've got the full size, I just find it easier. Okay, and thankfully they gave me an extra one in case I really mess up. And the hope is not to mess up. But I do appreciate the extras. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Okay, so we are done with that stamp. And then on our label, we have Happy Easter. And I have this on a clear block H. I really like something long when I need things to be straight, especially a greeting. I got both sides to hang on to. And this curves around the stamp and with the banner. So Happy Easter. I just had that tiny little sneak peek like the rest of you. I am so delighted with this kit. I didn't expect to love it this much. I went, oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got all that done. So let's do all of our adhesive. Oh, we need it's here somewhere. Oh, right here. The pink was blending into my craft catcher. And so this reads that I need 7 inches. So let's do that. And I'm using, oh, here, you can't see that. I've got my ruler. It's magnetic, which turns out to be really cool to hold things in place for me. But, I've got the numbers on the edge right here. Let me show you. There you go. So I'll measure out the 7 inches. And, I've been subscribing to Paper Pumpkin consistently now for, I'm sure, over a year. And I promise to do the kits every month. And I've been loving it and haven't been disappointed in anything yet. They have just really done a great job. Okay. So pretty. And next month, my mom, her absolute favorite bird, and she loves birds. She knows them. by their song. She's, oh, I hear you, Robin or whatever. And but her favorite are hummingbirds. So I am so excited about that kit, and that'll be perfect for Mother's Day. And I'm sure she'll say it's the best card I ever made, because what I saw in the sneak peek, realistic and gorgeous. Okay, so I'm playing with my loops. And this tied so nicely. I'm really pleased with that. All right, so, okay, we have our elements. Now let's start doing with there we don't need such a huge bow because it's going on here. So we'll follow along with our directions. When you see those solid little dots, those are the mini glue dots. And when you see the open circles, if you look closely, they're actually a hexagon. Those are the Stampin' dimensionals, and these are mini in this kit. And I just find it really easy to get them off with my Take Your Pick tool. So our directions are showing 2 of the mini glue dots on this end and 1 at the top on the other. And I didn't find anything with their directions that I felt I needed to change. So there we go. That's ready. And I'm learning not to take the adhesive off until I'm ready to start putting things together, because I started sticking to things. All right. And it does show this on the back of that dot. Okay. And now the mini Stampin' dimensionals. Oh, I forgot one important element. Hello. We need the wreath. Felt like I was forgetting something. I'm okay. Really, I am. Okay. And gently take these out. And this is pretty cool. I started popping it out, the flowers out, but this white part needs to come out. So this will leave everything together and easier to find later for another card. There we go. All right. So now everything else are the mini Stampin' dimensionals. And again, I find my Take Your Pick tool just makes it super easy, especially when you're first getting started on it. Okay. Too cute. I am beyond excited about those hummingbirds, though. And we haven't seen beyond that, have we? Because we were getting a little sneak peek for a quarter, but March will be the end of the quarter, so I don't know what fun things they'll have in store for us later. And okay, there's a right side and a wrong side. So if you're watching live, yep, free shipping through 11:59 Mountain Time. And if you're on the East Coast like I am, we have almost till 2 a.m., so it's not too late at all. And then, of course, you've got your bonus days coupons to redeem from that you earned in January. So your 75 will be after you use your Stampin' rewards, if you do, and your bonus days coupons. Okay. And so that's where my craft catcher comes in. You've seen that. All this, keeping my desk so nice and neat. Okie dokie. Okay, we got all of those. Let's do these. And this one. Gosh, these are so doggone sweet. And that's where let's press down so it's sticking. There we go. Get that backing off of the mini glue dots very simply. So we had amazingly gorgeous weather here. My mom's birthday was Tuesday. We left here. It was about 35 and raining. And the forecast for a couple weeks ahead was showing mixed, going from rain to freezing rain. It's like, ugh. But, and they were even telling freezing rain for our county and one other. That we'll just wait and see what the morning brings. And And we didn't have the freezing rain, thank goodness, because, you know, that's power outages, and I certainly didn't want to be on the road with that. And we got down 70 miles south of me, sunny, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, we've got the mini glue dots on here too. See, that's why I was trying not to take those off. It was 58 degrees, sunny, full sun, light wind. We had a fabulous day. I mean, we won't melt in the rain, but it certainly is easier to do your shopping and to go in and out, and it just so pleasant. Then we got about 30 miles from home, you know, sunny and gorgeous, and ahead it almost looked like mountains. And we don't really have mountains. And when we got there, boom, got to about the, you know, where I could, what I was seeing ahead. Oh, fog. Oh, wow, was it heavy. I think it was the snow on the ground, maybe was evaporating into the real warm air. And it had been raining most of the day at home. So what a pleasant way to spend her 85th birthday, that we escaped in some beautiful weather. And then yesterday it was really gorgeous here too. And most of our snow is gone. What is the craft catcher? Okay, honey. So, well, you know what? I'll expand out from, oh, you can see it right here. So this fits right underneath my glass board, and I get things on here. Let's do this. So this, yeah, and then I just write over to it, and then I dump it all out. Big game changer. Someone who said she just loved my 20% discount, and she loves her glass board and the craft catchers. She's like, why hasn't someone else done this yet? Like, I don't know, but I know they were new in October, so it was new for glass board. And they come in 3 sizes, so you can have them all around, you know, to catch your debris, maybe put the accessories aside in one of them. And so, yeah, very nice. And of course, you get to color coordinate to however you like. I start with the black, and I bought all black accessories, and people couldn't see my craft catcher. So I got this beautiful pink. Reminds me of Pretty in Pink, doesn't it? Pink roses are my favorite flower, and that's how my craft room is decked out. Like, oh yeah. And the pink and the black. Oh, what company sells it, honey? It is, let me show you the it's Glassboard Studio, and here we go. I'm an affiliate for them, and if you use my code or follow in my link or this QR code, you're going to save 20% store-wide. So Glassboard Studios, you know, Stampin' Up! Has a glass board. This is magnetic. The magnets, big game changer. I've been using the magnets to hold things in place when I'm trying to tie ribbon on a card instead of chasing it. So big difference. They have a variety of sizes. The size I have is a 13.5 by 5. You know, because I was used to our 11 by 17 grid paper, so it was about that same size. And so 20% off store wide. Fantastic. And I had never heard of them until they got a hold of me, and now I can't figure out how we've been stamping all these years without it. Like, oh my goodness, it's that third hand I never had, and lots of other good things you can do on the glass board itself. Okay, so here's our card base, and a light yellow, and then we just, all of those little mini glue dots on here, and then that border, we're just going to cover it up. I thought, I'm not sure why they did that, but okay, maybe it's a guide for this, but we're not going to see that little border on there whatsoever. And there we go. We got that on, and then our bunny, and I have all the adhesive off. So the first one I went up a little bit high, so it's just barely, he's just barely his ears touching that. And then here we go. He's holding cute. And see this, there was no gap at the bottom. My first one, I mean, I could have started tearing things apart. I had a little bit of a gap. I mean, no one's going to know it wasn't, but I'm just showing you what it was meant to be. And our bow, we've got that void right there. Perfect for that. How cute. Oh my gracious, I can hardly stand it. And then the accessories. Hey, Miss Sharia's here. Oh, you're most welcome, Miss Terry. I am thrilled. Oh, and Miss Julia's here. Yeah. Okay, so we've got two different colors. We've got what looks like pink in the video and then the clear. And so I always press down on the embellishment so it sticks to the adhesive on the back, sticks to the embellishment and not the acetate sheet. Yeah, that has happened to me. So I get smarter and share these tips with you. Okay, and then, and don't you think the bling just finishes it all off? And another one. And I'm doing them as they showed us. You go wild and do your own thing. I know there are people who, just have a blast doing all kinds of alternatives. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I think that's it. That's it. Okay, so this is card number 1. It is, isn't it, Shuri? Oh my goodness. With our envelope and that pink, a little bit of pink in there. Of course, a lot of pink there, but how stinking cute. My goodness. Okay, card number 1. So let's move on to card number 2 and we'll open the directions. Now this one is a spring card. And I thought, okay, that's nice because that opens the flexibility. So what we need for this one are these flowers. Of course, we'll be using that basket and the eggs. But here we go. We start with that. We need 3 flowers. We can turn these upside down, ready for the adhesive. And then on this, we need our greeting label that will fit right on here. That's nice because if I stamp right in there and mess up, there's not a second chance. And I've got a second chance with this. And I know I need 4 of these. There's 1. And here are my extras that they gave us. I so appreciate that. I think because I know I've got an extra, I don't seem to mess up as much. I mean, I have used them. I'm not going to say I haven't, but it seems to really bring down the nervousness level, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 of these. Okay, let's get our stamping done. So I'm back with my Shy Shamrock, and of course, there we go. So this is an in color that is retiring. If you're starting to fall in love with it, I used it for my February thank you card. And Sweet Spring Greetings. And we are using every stamp in this set that you will still have afterwards. Okay, so Sweet Spring Greetings. And this isn't a square, so, make sure you get it turned the right way. And this is where I also like my magnets. Okay, so that's a little pawn one. I got some of all. So nothing's moving on me. Like, okay, there we go. Right, that corner might be better. Actually, a flat one would have been the smartest. And then, of course, we've got the grid on here so we can have things nice and lined up. There we go. Oh, that was not straight. You know what? Thank goodness for the extra one. It's straight. It's not in the center. Okay, so this may have been just a little small for a magnet, but I do like them because I've been using them for that. There we go. Isn't that fun, though, to have something else, not just all Easter? And so that's the stamping for this one. And I am cleaning these on my Simply Chamois. I've got in one of the clear mount cases. Since we're moving away from the clear mount stamps in these cases to the envelopes, they haven't told me, but I'm expecting those to be on the retiring list. Okay, once we're done. So again, we will look at our directions. No ribbon for this one. And this goes down with mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And you know how much I love, if you follow me at all, I mean, just giving things that lift so dresses up something simple. Okay. All right. All right. So, oh, okay. How simple is that? All of these are going on with mini Stampin' Dimensionals. You know, we carry not Stampin' Dimensionals, glue dots, mini glue dots. As I was saying, I thought that doesn't sound right. Okay. So, of course, we have a new demonstrator special for February, and added to your kit absolutely for free is a new Stampin' Positioner. Shree and I have not played with that yet, and but it'll be available for the public later in the year. If I had to guess, I would think with the new catalog, but that's just me guessing out loud, just like I'm guessing out loud that they will, get rid of those clear cases when they no longer carry stamps in them. Okay, so there we go. With my craft catcher, I don't have these doggone backings of the stamped dimensionals throughout the house. You get to a room, 20, 40 feet? Well, I don't think, 20 feet away. Like, what in the world? All right, and so this has some little dots around it. And we'll center that in the dots on here. So how cute, cute, cute. All right. And then it's the placement of these. And we do have some more of the bling. Then what am I trying to do? Sequins. There we go. Okay. I think it's fun to get everything ready and then have all the, and then just get to put it together and just watch it come together. I mean, you could do it in sections, but it's like, ooh, too much fun. So quite a month going on here. We still have the January through April catalog that just started and the online exclusives that were released at the same time. So there are a lot of fabulous products. I don't have them all yet, all that I would like, and I like a lot. Okay. There we go. And this is really one pretty card. And they all have the same envelope with that pretty in pink, but we've got the pretty in pink in here. It will look awesome. Okay, so our leaves, this one goes underneath like this. Don't press down until you're done. I just never press down until I'm sure of my placement. I'm like, okay, yeah, I am liking that. This is nice too, to pick things up so you're not touching and taking away that stickiness. Now these come in two different, okay, the way they curve. So you need to pay attention to that. Oh, Miss Terry, I do not make alternatives. When I started subscribing, I promised that I would demonstrate them each month. But nope. Lots of others sure do, though. That's without a doubt. Okay, this one actually went on top from the best I could tell to make it all work out. And this one underneath. But there are those that have a ball doing that. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I'm happy with my placement. And we want to put this one on first because the other will be over top of it. Slightly overlap. And there. So soft. So this is, you know, the Shy Shamrock in a lighter version. And then for the embellishments, okay, one up over in here. Perfect. And they're doing something that I like doing. A couple of these are sneaking out from behind. I really like that look. Makes it just really part of it all instead of just floating, you know. And right here, because I've been doing a lot more of that with mine, making it really part of the featured images. Okay. And of course, you'll have some left over unless you want to go crazy and use a lot more than they showed. Now, they use 6, but it works out because of the groupings. It's not making your eyes go crazy. And so there we go. This is a sweet card. I am so tickled with this. And so, you know, taking us beyond Easter cards. Not that we don't like Easter cards. Like, oh, how nice. That was a big surprise and just a delight. Okay, so one more card. That's it. So we can pretty much guess what we need out of all of this, huh? We need our basket. So just gently, and they come out pretty easily, but you don't want to get overly rambunctious and tear anything. There we go. Turn that over. We need our eggs. How cute. There we go. And these flowers. And there'll be 5 of those all together. All right, we need an egg and a tag. And let's go ahead and push out this, because we will feed the ribbon through there. It's not ribbon, you know, baker's twine, the pretty and pink baker's twine. Okay, and so see, I still have another egg and more labels if I messed up. And this is our base. Very nice. So we're going to stamp on here our label and our egg. So I'd like to get the stamping done. So back with my Shy Shamrock. And there we go. So this egg, we have 2 different eggs. So this is a different egg. And I've got this on a clear block B. Hey, not bad. I'll take it. Okay, so we got that. And then our greeting on the tag. Hello, friend. And if you have, I mean, I like all of these greetings. I think it turned out really well. But if you've got other greetings you could use if you have something you prefer better. I mean, by now, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you've got a nice collection. Cute. And this is a lot of fun. And this stamp's really cool. This is grass. So let's bring this back. And they made this super simple. Let me turn my directions over to stamp. Whoops, I really went a little crazy. And so 1. Now that's a stamp you're really going to enjoy later if you had gotten this kit. Refill kits may be available. Oh, I did not press everywhere. Okay, let's see how we can line up. There we go. I got busy talking. All right. A little bit extra grass. It's okay. There may be refill kits. We'll find out after pretty shortly. So you can get more, or if you missed out entirely, so you can get the kit. Now the refill kit doesn't have the stamp set or the ink. All right, so I am doing what they show us, 10 inches, but to be honest, you don't need 10 inches. So you could save some of this for other projects by cutting it shorter. All right, and let's go ahead and look. And I use the amount they said, and look at all that's left over, because this is so pretty. Let's feed this through and take care of that. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and they have extra kits, they do refill kits. So, you know, a refill, because you already have the stamp and the ink, they're less expensive. Sometimes they have a full kit. The full kit will include the ink and the stamp set, not a clear block. I don't, you know, that's that's when you're a brand new subscriber. So we'll have to do a wait and see if you missed out. And to make sure you never miss out again, I highly recommend you follow my QR code up there in the corner and subscribe. And you'll never miss out on any of these adorable kits, because you don't want to be kicking yourself. So there's your friendly warning to make sure you never miss out again. And if there's ever a kit that you think, oh, okay, this is where, okay, I'm sitting there fussing. Why am I fighting? I've got my, there we go. Sitting there trying to hold it and use both hands to do a bow. This is where the magnet is just so wonderful. All right, let's trim these off, because I get tired of kicking myself when it was something I could have done. All I had to do was subscribe, dadgummit. All right, so we'll turn that over, turn this over, and let's look at our directions to see what goes where. All right, so on the eggs, lots of mini glue dots. Okay. You know, the same thing with online exclusives. You never know when those will disappear. Oh, and this has, so lots and lots of mini glue dots for this project. All right. Oh, we need more flowers. Oh, remember this piece for the basket or the wreath? Okay, we need those. Okay. One of the small ones gets a Stampin' Dimensional, a mini. Now, I always have adhesive left over, which, of course, I use on other projects. Grateful for that. All right, so those are the three. The two large ones. Here we go. Get a mini glue dot. And, okay, the egg gets Stampin' Dimensionals, which, I let those get together. I think that's everything. Woohoo! All right, we are on all 4 cylinders right now. Don't you love your take your pick tool? Just makes getting these off so easy. Oh, I just saw an error. There we go. Go in there. Get some of this out of my way. This was really cute too. Oh, the basket needs some help. If you were saying, Shelly, what about the basket? Yep. We'll get it. What goes on the basket? Oh, all mini dimensionals. Okay. I had heard somewhere that you can use AI to help you with computer problems. I tried that when I went to work on my taxes, a computer I hadn't fired up in some time. And I'll be doggone if it didn't diagnose in no time at all what the problem was. And then when I was doing everything I knew to get everything lined up for my live stream at 3, things went haywire. And yeah, it had a really awesome solution, something I hadn't known to even look at before. So very helpful. Because I thought, oh, because I did have a service I was paying $10 a month, and someone would come, you know, how they can take over your computer and help me. And then with no warning, they just went out of business. So I've been flying on my own, trying to figure things out. And boy, I sure appreciated that, because if it were up to me, I don't know when I would have ever been able to do, I wouldn't have been able to figure it out. You know, things that I've been doing all along, and then suddenly I can't. So that was nice. I didn't have to, you know, go to a computer shop and pay that minimum bench fee. Saying, what? Okay. I think we've got the backings off of everything now. As soon as I have this done. Now, interestingly, it doesn't have you start with a basket. It has you start with the eggs. And there we go. And what I'll tell you is come down further than you think. But we won't press, because when I put my basket on, it wasn't quite where, there we go, because we don't want to see the bottom of those eggs. And we've got all those flowers, but it doesn't matter. Maybe that's to help you with the placement of it, huh? Oh, well, we might want to really press a little better now. And since I didn't press, I was able to get it apart. I was like, oh, okay, not quite as high as I thought. Okay, there we go. This works out really slick. This egg goes right over the same egg. I'm like, all right, easy peasy. And then our greeting. It's like it's tied onto the basket handle. There we go. Cuteness. Cuteness overload. And now our flowers. And on the handle. And these are all with just the mini glue dots. There we go. Do, do, do. That right there. And we've got only one with a Stampin' Dimensional. So this goes under here. And then he goes over top. Rotate that so the dimensional is, there we go. And done. Once we add, you're not, oh no. Oh, golly. Well, for Peter's sakes, I did all that and you didn't get to see a dadgum thing. I am sorry. I've never had it drop out on me like that before. And I'm sitting here talking about how okay, well, I don't have another one because to hurry up and do it again. I am so sorry. So this went on with Stampin' Dimensionals, the basket. This has Stampin' Dimensionals and only this flower. Everything else was mini glue dots. How long has it been since you haven't been able to see what I was doing? Sorry about that. That has never happened before. And usually I look up more. I was just so into it. All my adhesive. So cute, cute, cute. So that this egg went right over top of, I don't have extra eggs, but it was the same egg. Okay. So, well, my apologies. It's one of those days, huh? And so we have our 3 cards with the beautiful envelopes. At least I can show you the cards. And, oh, this cutie, the Easter Bunny. So stinking cute. There we go. I am so sorry. Like I said, I had no idea what happened there. I'm glad it didn't all completely go away without my knowing it. But these are the cards. 7 minutes. Oh, is that all? Well, you are so sweet to still be here. My goodness. Oh, well, you got to see the top of my head a lot, huh? I am so sorry. Aw. Well, thank you for your patience with me. I tell you, if it's not one thing, it's a mother. I heard that and thought it was hysterical. I said that to my mom one day. Yeah, she didn't find it to be so funny. I thought it was... Anyway, so there you go. I think you got to see these two. This one, I hope you got to see the stamping, because we have the grass with this. And it was super easy, because along the bottom, it was just boom twice. You know, they just lined up next to each other and then one below. So that was really nice, and that's going to be a good stamp to have. And the hello friend, you'll have that. So you all are just amazing. 7 minutes and stuck with me and waited for me to see it. Oh, you like my hair? Well, you got a good thank you very much. I am loving the ease of it. It's like, oh, where has this been all my life? And so, all right. Well, these are way beyond my expectations. I don't know what I thought, but they're softer when you think of Shy Shamrock, not quite that soft, but the colors are so soft. Now, I'd say those are the full strength, but just sweet, sweet, sweet. So a couple Easter cards and just a spring, and that could be a birthday card thinking of you. It could be a lot of things. So a lot of fun. Oh, you saw the stamping. Okay. Okay, so that's good. What you missed was just the adhesive going on the back of all of these. So all the flowers but one, well, you heard me, mini glue dots. That was Stampin' Dimensionals, all Stampin' Dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals, and mini glue dots. Okay, so sorry about that. Boy, it took a while to put all that adhesive on, but it's all good. Well, you are most welcome. I'm happy to do this. It's been such a treat being a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin again. Oh, I am just thrilled to be back. To be honest, when they started, we're talking a good more than 15 years ago at this point, um, they weren't all that fabulous, but they have really stepped up their game very, very much. And to the point where it's like, I cannot miss any more of these. And I really believe you would enjoy it too. Even if you're one of, you've been crafting forever. I've been a demonstrator for 25 years. I still enjoyed getting spoiled. I love getting in there and designing and doing my own thing with all the stamps and the dies and designer paper. But sometimes it's nice to just sit down and someone has thought it all out, cut it all, and make some really sweet cards. So you can do that with Paper Pumpkin. We also have a lot of card kits that aren't part of a subscription. So you can check that out too on my website. My online store is shopwithshelly.com. My website, well, is stampingsmiles.com. I am here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And barring technical problems like today, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, and I just love getting to interact with you. And so you can tell me when you can't hear me, you can't see. And again, thank you so much for your patience. Oh, my goodness. And the thing didn't make any noise or anything. You think it could have done that to give me a heads up. But so every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, but you never know when else I'm going to pop in. So that's why you want to hit the subscribe button on, well, all of the places, but Facebook and YouTube give you a heads up. Now, it looks like YouTube, you not need to hit that little bell for notifications. So being just a subscriber doesn't necessarily tell you. You need to go hit that as well. And Facebook, they're pretty good about it. So hit that subscribe button so you can find out when I'm going live. But every Tuesday at 7 p.m., that's the one you can count on. So it is that time, because I don't see any new questions, to thank you for spending some of your time with me, and especially for those 7 minutes where you're just looking at the top of my head. I appreciate that so much. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles.